I'm at Royal the Grocery. I just bought pizza for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, White House. Boom. So America's phone. For socialized, I would never offend them with like, "Good job, guys." Oh, I don't use "good job" unless it's like their own effort, and I've noticed like they're doing that too. Like, "Good job." Oh, but he may be doing the good job thing behind the scenes. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, this one's fun. Oh, I have a very suggestion. What else? And I'm going more. Where's this pizza from? Keep checking my email, see if I received money. I'm exhausted. Move off from my account and there's none available. So you can decapitate everyone that steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, stays in my home without my permission, steals my vehicle. While they're all fantasizing, no, no, porque después que vi a Carlito. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. Jenny didn't love you still. I want the FBI steals my money from the sales of my artwork with said penises porque she's upset that then they went on to identify themselves as having sex with me. That's where they hate my parents. They're like, so now I have to explain to people that my penis goes in there and doesn't sometimes. So she steals my money with the excuse that and now there's people know that I'm a better candidate than her. So por eso ya los violators roban. Pero como ellos se dan violar, son tan puercos. Pero I don't ever want that near me. Bueno, I miss Daniel, I miss my mommy. What was ours and contender? Bumble. But I'm gonna try to steal. What else? What else? You can decapitate David en eso, que me basura, no porquería, que me roban mi dinero. What else? What else? So, what's today? First 31st. What else? 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 So they take them hostage. They're like, don't give this money to Arlene. And they steal and they prostitute themselves with money. Son brutas, se cree que así make prostitution illegal. It's like, girl, you should be respecting and loving yourself. You haven't even achieved prostitute status. A prostitute loves herself. Oof. What else? What else? What else? Son brutal. Son brutal. Yo que tengo que me suaves una son. That raped me to steal my money and get in the way of me receive money. You can decapitate genital disorders and so on. I'm born. Yeah, there's still like little kids that never develop full, never learn social skills, even with people practicing them around them. Yeah, they're so embarrassing. I don't ever want those leeches near me. What else? What else? Oh boy. There's that guy that was like, I hope it possibly lives here. I have to turn and shuffle like me. Con dinero de él o dinero que me robó. What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. O ya lo quieren convertir en como un website que uno diga, pues yo lo quiero del 25, what they oversee. Porque what they fear is that because one is a woman and they aren't, that he's going to disappear. One of them is Cecilia, me hubiese hecho caso, me quedo sin ver todos los días. Decades ago. So because there's sex addicts and there's drugs, they go on to wanna like schedule like shows después del 27, él quizás no va a regresar a mi vida. Una asquerosidad de gente, un asco de gente horrible. And there's free breakfast I made just for taking a nap and then head back there for breakfast tomorrow. This is so slow. What else? You can decapitate Marilyn Monroe was trying to pimp me. No picar una puerca. You can decapitate me. How many sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money? I think their names are Albert, Alex, Lacra, Oscuro, and no, my husband never was, won't ever be. Estoy como un puerco, una felicidad que se cree que my pussy is replaceable and tells me which would he went on to replace me with that's capital punishment worthy, killing self-defense right there. Mm, you can decapitate Luis Lorenzo. That's tried to rape me since I was 14. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Sevilla that hangs out with him since the people, this is gonna be her future fiance. But she loves saying the word fiance. So she literally like a car, a bottle of water some days just to talk about water. That one was cool. So you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money. Anyways, I need to pay money to bills like what else? This is cute. Another one. Two queen beds, and then I'll take a nap with Pilani. Everything I even though happens sometimes. Everything king at the moment is mobility. Accessible. What else? What is that entire hotel like that? What else? What would I get? Oh, there's that one king bed, the two room suite. That's where I'm gonna take a nap right now. So nice. Real crayon. One more letter. Those Robin Hood. Yeah, how you been up? I wasn't playing this morning. I literally said to her again, no, here's my phone, take a picture of myself with thing only I match. Never talking to your leeches ever again privately. And I was posting a picture on Facebook. They want to tell me, they want to try to get me to kill myself by saying that I was panhandling, living with a guy, tipo un cuero, una basura. Me roba mi casa y mi dinero, and then he wants to try to get me to kill myself by saying that I was panhandling with a guy. No sabes el hombre, es una basura. What else? What else? I have a pastor charge. Okay. Oh, be heading over to airport most likely. If I get an eviction notice. I only document that these leeches, they're like, don't give her money until she proves it in court. that she has no money. There's not a way of proving it. They just want to put me in front of a judge that stays in my home without my permission. While they mock me that same night over, fuck me instead, put it in the ass, and alcohol drinks. Woohoo! Then what her name for today? That's when he'll see her. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew. Hay gente que se presta para eso, da un asco. They think it's funny. Did I ask my parents when they went mercenaries? Like, first thing, be like, girl, you need money. You could run into like a few people through the planet and their lives in a day. Oh, in self defense. What else? What else? That's why they're like, but why does she teach her kids? Do you know about them? Has no pictures of them ever. And now they're on my kids' radar. What else? Don't know. As a permanent thing ever. Oh, and move on. That quickly after the so much has happened. After so much has happened. What else? Oh, my coffee is strong. Can't wait for it. Man, I don't want to eat that bread. Anyways, I don't need like adult supervision. I don't my parents fear that they'll wake up one day and everyone will be gone. That steals from me, gets in the way of me. What else if I find people like me? What else? What else? What else? I didn't want that coconut in me. The orto thing. And we're like, oh my god, that is so dreamy. What else? What else? Mientras se lo está mamando a alguien que pretends to be me. What else? What else? What else? Congratulations to Jimmy Jandaliri Sorensosores in her arranged marriage decades ago. To leech more lychee, more asqueroso no puede ser una basura. Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of piercing. Was there nice there? Anyways, why would I need to buy stuff? I'm warm. Oh, a judge wants to know what the ability to pardon. No. They've been starving me for more than 30 years, stealing my money, knowing what they're doing. I was like so amazing and keeping you away from that. I thought I'm a mama, he can't do that. And you can decapitate Liam Baker. That I don't want to see again. He took me hostage to Facebook in 2010. You can decapitate that leech que me roba mi dinero and gets in the way of me receiving money. So I encountered Liam Baker raping me while she's like, I'm the one. Un título que no saben ni cómo manejarlos. Son tan puercas. Una asquerosidad. I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate Bolívar Lorenzo Acevedo. What else am I receiving eviction notice and a few things? You can get your money in person through PayPal through my GoFundMe campaign. You can decapitate Ginny Gandaleris a los usuarios que no saben lo que son delaciones. Tipo una puerca, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo that have raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. That's just some of my Instagram accounts. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm taking a as a I'm gonna do hard work definitely to alleviate being realistic and to be realistic. Some people just like Walmart living. That's okay. It's great quality. And some brands sometimes cross collaborate. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and assistants that rape me and steal my money, get in the way of me receiving and starving. Por si Galina sale media brutita que no sabe lo que es. Porque con esa familia de origen de lucha se creen día de tolerancia, día de tolerancia, día de tolerancia. Si no hubiera San Valentín, they're so annoying. What else? What else? What else? So, do I got money? Oh, they don't understand pregnancy either. Like the baby hasn't been there since I was 3 years old. That's what they make it sound. They think that the baby's already there. It's not interrupt her. She's already carrying child. That's no interest in me, so I respect them. Like I don't want them. Pero después, como se asocia con my siblings that rape him, then I quiere ser telenovelo dramático. Todo me sabe mal. Voy a keep on brutal. What else? What else? Ese tipo es un puercón. Ese tipo es un puercón. I don't ever want to near me. Ese tipo es un puercón. What else? What else? What else? Esta mujer. I forgot that I'm the, what is it in Puerto Rico? The educator. So some people lack education and they target people like myself. I'm the popular educator in Puerto Rico. Porque hasta me puedo sacar un moco si quiero. El FBI vio mi ropa interior y no me gustó nada. There shouldn't be a need for the FBI to see my ropa interior. I'm a victim of Me Fui de Puerto Rico. Antes de verlo a él en WIPR haciéndose pasar por mí o en Guapa TV. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Con la audio que tiene esto, la gente son unas puercas. Hay gente que no se quiere. I plan to travel the planet with people. Ideally polyamorous men. When I'm financially stable. I don't know. I'm hoping. And then I'm heading over to Central Market possibly for another meal. I don't know if it's so done. People get excited and then they say, oh my job doesn't qualify for that. What else? What else? These people hate me just because I get held back by knowledge. The historical is the places hablando de su amigo Gates. What else? So people are like, if we could just get out of the way, but we can't. Just so like Lalich, for real, they know that language decades ago. Lalich wouldn't be around me. That's all the Puerto Rican learn. Some people going, like, no, no, no. I'll go down when you later, but that's not who we are. I'm for feedback. So the those at work. What else? What else? I'm so bored. The popular educator in Puerto Rico. What else? What else? What else? So that's why he targets me and he steals my money para que yo me vea mal que se mal él. Él no entiende. Él tiene dislexia, todo el conocimiento. No, just las letras, la gente dice cuando lee. You know, él sabe cómo comer. I don't need to. Sí, las lichas, sí me enséñame videos de cuando él está feliz de la vida comiendo range. El sabor de tener comida sabe pagar. Some of them. Dice, estoy aquí con mi hijo lisiado. Ew, 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 ew. What else? Does this have pepper in it? No, no, no. It's good. Right, so I have $200 over to Travis Park. And we're on number 9. Oh, if I wanted perfection, I needed to be born in a castle already. El tipo es un puerco, una basura decades ago. He steals my money and then said to me that if I want perfection in my life, I needed to have been born in a castle. Way too into fantasy play, people saying. Todavía un viejo phone. Ya van por cuero del color del sign de range y yo no me aparezco con dinero que me roban. They think they're cute, they aren't, they're just rapists. They're rapists, murderers, and thieves. They've been raping people for more than 30 years. They've stolen my money to date and then get in the way of me receiving money, trying to rape me. Or they forgot. My parents don't. get away with that without publishing it. What else? I can post on Facebook on April 3rd. What else? Oh, he's threatening me with that. That gives him. Then I guess I'm gonna have to give you the measles. I guess I'm seeking the death penalty for him. You can decapitate me. I mean, son esos sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me saving money. El tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew, there's Chick-fil-A, Fredericksburg. What else? What else? Oh, and they like for a while fell for that traveling so boring. No one has shown up to give her a spanking. These people are so gross. These people are disgusting. That's hilarious. If a girl watches my video and says that's exactly how she reacts every single time she sees one of them. It's her amnesia making her cry. Of like, I wish I could have just killed him already. So that's what we call her. She has amnesia. Que se olvida de su papá dijo, if you want your money, you need to kill him by tomorrow. So just like we're demanding an orgasm by the next day. My dad's like, you're killing them by the next day. What else? What else? What else? I want coffee. Let's stay at the embassy suites. And I'm getting emotionally prepared for me to head over to court if I ever receive any money and explain my eviction. Este creo que un judge me va a llamar animal. Él vio mucho Law and Order Boricua. Have you heard those liches? They're like, el tipo es un bruto, una asquerosidad. Yeah. Zero people watching. One has like this house. What else? What else? What else? When the mafia said, mira, no mataron a Carlitos. What? That's what people said decades ago. One person's watching, one has like this post. What else? What else? What else? I've had at least 4 BMWs since I was 19 in 1999, and I've yet to drive one of them. I imagine if I were in court, I'd have to do this for several days, but this is uncomfortable. You can decapitate Vietnamese citizens that rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of me receive money. I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, the International Criminal Court, the U.S. Army, the U.S. Marines, the U.S. Air Force, maybe the Coast Guard. What else? 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 Oh, I'm targeting. That one is ready. Talk the murder tonight. El tipo es un puerco trying to give first dibs to people that don't want it. People that I don't want to give first dibs to. That's why I can't even talk to them privately. They steal my money. Supposedly, when I was a child, there were people tocándose phone, and I'm like, I don't want a lot of people. People joke that I divorced everyone on the same day. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't want you near my body. What else? What else? What else? What else? So my parents went from free range to sex addicts, malditos sea. Ahora this is in a cry break, and there's no other entertainment. Lounge with the TV, but maybe that was the what? What else? What else? What else? What else? So there is misunderstanding in the leeches that think that they have first dibs of me and my children when they don't. That's a pedophile. If it's after my children, that's a pedophile. If it's after my children, dan un asco, dan un asco. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? What was I doing? Sending my GoFundMe campaign to people on Instagram, but that was entirely what else? I want coffee. I want coffee. Anyways, who follows Guy the truck who steals my money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, and gets in the way of me receiving money? El tipo es un puerco still, or a semi-victim. Ooh, what have they served the last Sunday, Sunday, Sunday? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, everything in between is supposed to make me feel jealous, uninvited. You were all there. Da un asco porque gente, just because it's church doesn't mean it's boring. Mira, se le trepa a María Angelis como un animal. María Angeli, que es un animal, se le trepa a Ginny Gendaliri encima y se hace malabarista con Marilyn, la cuero esa asquerosa. Entonces entra Britney Akerson y los viola. And they think that they're admirable. Oh, una asquerosidad. Ew, I'd rather be celibate. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally amorous men. I take sexuality very serious. You can decapitate La Leash, Maria Angelis Aviles Lorenzo, that steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money. I lost my virginity from me decades ago. Wow, wow. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Brittany Akerson. You can decapitate Guy the Truck. What is his name? Robbie Rogers that I didn't even remember. Like, I know he cooks at Corazon de Center, but I never think about him. El culo de ellos, gente. Introducing el culo de ellos. Fuck, gente tan puerca. Son gente tan puerca. Yeah. So, I want coffee. Yeah, I don't know, but then this is sweet. It's not a money. What else? What else? What else? You can decapite Marilyn Lorenzo Sabelo con una cuero asqueroso. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, I just want to be compensated financially by whoever wants to compensate me. If you've stolen from me or get in the way of me receiving money, you can deal with the FBI or the police yourself. I don't want to be a part of your life ever. So I wouldn't go on to seek anyone. If there are people that steal my money, get in the way of me receiving money, stay in my homes without my permission, or drive my vehicle without my permission. You can decapitate La Lich. Is it Andrew? Is it Albert? Is it Alex? Finally getting them out of my culo. Is what he's saying. He doesn't know how to do that himself. I got them off my culo more than 20 years ago. Actually, I've never been there. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Some people have issues. Some people have issues. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? No. I want coffee, but just not yet. I really want to know today. What else? What else? What else? What else? That's good to share. What else? What else? What else? At the top of the hour. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. What is the other? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Congratulations to Poquita Costa, Jimmy Gendaliris, Lorenzo Suárez, que es una cuero asquerosa, puerca, and Benjamin Suárez, Lorenzo's sons that raped me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Underage marriage decades ago, ew, I just hung asshole. Not recreationally, I got to have sex with my husband. Ew. Ew. Ever. Okay, the thumb. But I didn't know that he was a leech when I met him. So that's why I don't ever want him near me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So he's with who he wants to be with. A leech. Ew. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. PayPal es AR Blue Sky Designs Gold, lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Ali Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAY. My entire shop and GoFundMe is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Azaroto. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What Este tipo es un puerco, una asquerosidad. Has caused my starvation for more than 30 years. Doesn't love himself. When do I get coffee? Oh, there's that blimp that looks like a dick. But like for that's the arm. Like that had been explained to me decades ago, or someone had told me about this happening. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What is this? I'm like, looks like my drawer. I want too many. What else? What else? What else? In the meantime, while you are raping each other, I'm just here with my circle. I'm not thinking about any of you. Is what I said to Sarah Francis and Katie Rodriguez in 2017. Just here with my circle, not thinking about any of you. Porque ellas son tan puercas, se hacen pasar por mí, y el tipo es un puerco, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want that near me. What else? What else? What else? What else? I plan to travel the planet and meet people. I'm the only polyamorous man. I missed out on 45 years of sex. Not quite, but to some. If I had, I'm gonna take you here. If I had financial stability, I could have entertained in my bedroom decades ago. Pero three leeches needed help in school so that they wouldn't get killed there, and I was assigned their bodyguard. And they're trying to kill me in retaliation. Son brutos. Son brutos. What else? 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 So now they steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money and trying to kill me. What else? 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 Yeah, my dad was already there. What else? This is cutish. Oh, this is cutish. It's an ad. Oh, coffee. But from where? Oh, the library will be open again tomorrow. So most likely, in a few days, I'll get an eviction notice. And I'm heading to court in medicine. I just didn't want to inconvenience myself because to me, dollar is king. Y yo no necesito un regaño de un abogado. Porque como él es tan bruto, alguien que le corte ese pene ready, lo deje desangrando y lo mate. Él se cree que porque yo no lo dejo que me viole, que yo necesito un regaño de un juez. So he literally studied the patterns of Latino women that are poor and goes on terrorizing people so that people don't give me money, and he steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money. So that I'm always struggling and suffering porque no me puede violar. El tipo es un puerco, una asquerosidad, eso no se merece nada en esta vida. My parents were nothing but generous to them, treating them equally based on my beliefs, and they ended up stealing everything from me and threatening my parents, terrorizing my parents, killing my mother. El tipo es una asquerosidad, una basura. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate with how many sodas and substance that rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of my receive money. What else? What else? What else? What else? April Fool's is what? I just did somewhere on their table. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Coffee soon. I should send this to people through Facebook Messenger. Yeah, their profile. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate with how many sodas and sons that rape me, to steal my money, and get in the way of your same money. Oh, some of them are so dumb they want to introduce you to the babies that he had with them, pretending to be me. There could be thousands of them. I don't want to meet them. I didn't sign up for them. I'm very much into handling my own relationships, my own dick pressing. I do my own thumb using, making my own phone calls and sucking dick myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, and that's not a person I consider like is doing that. That just happens to be how they look like. Here's my baby meeting. Take it with you. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate with how many citizens and sons that rape me, to steal my money, and get in the way of my same money. Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous men. I miss money. Coffee. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, they want to try to deceive me into doing this on my GoFundMe campaign. Uptake as if I wasn't worth having money before my birth. So they're like, when she gets to the right amount and the right knowledge, then Sarah so they I get that la panty slowly in front of me. She said, darling is worthy of her grandma mode, has money. You can give her money. Porque ellos son tan puercos que ellas se cogen, ellos y ellas se cogen de rehén. Entre ellos. So él dice, yo le daría dinero hoy, pero Sarah me dijo que entonces no se va a bajar la panty, nunca sabe. Si yo no le doy, si yo le doy dinero. And they trade como la asquerosidad que son. Ew, they shouldn't exist. Ew, that's un asco. I want to face. Yeah, no, you can see the sun is on my nose. It's really pretty. What else? You can decapitate me from inside as soon as the sun that rape me and cause my body. So, I could be in the comfort of my own home. That's what I was saying. Oh, is that what Kehlani and Jaden say when they pick someone? That's hilarious. Que tipo tan puerco. For some people, it's like that's where money comes from. I think the center I talked to 911. What else? So some people say that so that we don't get raped. $1,000 invented. Qué tipo tan puerco. I could be in the comfort of my own home. What else? What else? What else? Anyways, él le compró la cuenta a ella. ¿Hace cuántos años la vio la gente? Este tipo es un puerco. I just was following progress for myself. Entonces él quiere burlarse de mí. Pero didn't I just say that he liked me? And he steals my money and gets in the way of my happiness and my stability. And I literally like starving for 30 years. So, what else? What else? Él wants the pride que I know que Cutie Katie Bug, él le compró la cuenta. El tipo es un puerco, una basura. Él se cree que así puede tener relaciones con la gente. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. You can decapitate me, honey. Sorry, 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 rape me. That's the only money I'm getting out of me. What else? What else? What else? Oh, these are so pretty. I want those. They're similar to something I've had before. What else? What else? What else? So much white lotus. I never know what to do. I think I do. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. So I'm heading over to Central Market later. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I'm gonna be swimsuit shopping at Target later for everything but water. You can decapitate your Halloween sweater since this one.
Would you like a latte?
Never. Said to me that because I want everything but water, so I make sure I start. And he holds my money, terrorizes my parents. My parents call them cagao. You don't want cagao stalking you. And these leeches are, well, let's see what happens if cagao stalks her. That's what happens. I want to die. But not internal, not suicidal. I don't want that near me ever. I moved on past that. That is disgusting. I literally tried to put the name of another person onto my vagina. Oh, there's this. What else is this? What else? What else? Testosterone. Our coffee's super hot. What else? What else? What else? Oh, so it's funny because my brain goes like, otra pendeja showing her flat belly after he raped me and she possibly doesn't even know that he raped me when she's with him. Tú toda vestida, no te hagas que tú no se lo estás mamando quizás. What else? What else? What else? Anyways, mock you all for the rest of my life if I have to. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Apparently, another time. What else? Así me veo yo con las patas abiertas desde que nací. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Tipo son cuerpo. What is waffle? What is Evo Hotel? Why do I want to be fancy? Because there's possibly a man there that I could like that I haven't met yet. Maybe not. Maybe I saw everything that there was, so I don't dwell on it. And it was all about places. And always with an open mind. With a girl that I'm polyamorous and just like whatever. What else? What else? What else? That if I found people to have group sex with, I would, but I never found anyone. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So just because he put his penis in some of these people's orgies doesn't mean that that was compatibility or there's importance there. So there's no need for me to talk to any of them behind the scenes. What else? What else? What else? What else? The Chili's news that is so news right now. What else? What else? What else? What else? I need to turn my body. So you can decapitate by how many sweaters and sons that rape me to steal my money and get another way receiving money. Some people give them way too many opportunities, I've heard. It's like, so let's wait through that. No electricity, but she's still in her body. Will he provide for her? That's when they show that they want to kill one before one was born. Which is why one has never made an effort because it's dead to me. Lord. What else? So one of them stalled with the hotel provided by a homeless shelter. He possibly paid for it with my own money. Or maybe his money. Either way. They treat one as the lowest of the lowest. Well, I don't know how they do that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There was no Michelin star restaurant in Aguada, Puerto Rico. And I've eaten foam and all this sticky green. So now I want to throw up in Aguada, Puerto Rico. What else? What else? What else? What else? From you would have never guessed it. Too. Or I can't even remember. But some days it's like, seriously? You just did that? What else? What else? What else? What else? Like that's not what I want. There's what else? What else? What else? I don't miss my mother's cooking. I can recreate it. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Anyways, ugh, when do I get money? This one has been wanting out since I was like, what? 0. What else? What else? What else? So bored. What else? I want my money back. I want my money back. You can decapitate my means what is the systems that rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money. I'm starving. I've been starving for 30 years plus. So that's something that I have to say out loud a lot, apparently. Before people give me money. Or it may be brought up one day. So when I used to starve for like 30 years, how was it? I just found out about it. I'm 29. And someone says, imagine being starved for like your entire life. So I just said, like, hey, lady, are you starved for 30 years? It happens. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I miss Jada. I miss my mom. Don't said what they want to say is so you can decapitate them. And I've said that before. If they get to that point, just kill them. Where they starve me on purpose, steal my money. And they're like, wow, 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 se quedó sin electricidad y nunca tuvo marcha ese apartamento. Parece que el matrimonio con Luis Lorenzo no le funcionó, no le va a funcionar. Porque eso vive, esos worse than Paris Hilton. O es like, ¿sabías que fulanita se pone tanga y fulanito está casado con esta y el otro está con aquel? Y people like, shut the shit out of your mouth and your brain already. And then again, notices that everything we all notice. Sometimes if one doesn't go around talking about it, like those two people left together at a party, and wow, I quiero see that. You can decapitate Benjamin sort of systems that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I'm bored. So what else? My private plane back. What else? What else? I'm bored. Congratulations to Evelyn Veloz. 150 something years raping Benjamin's daughter is the Andrew, is the Albert Paul in like almost 40 years raping Alex. Esta gente son unos puercos y unas puercas, una asquerosidad. Ew. They celebrate anniversaries between rapists. Ew. Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Son una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew. Yo se creía que yo iba a publicar una foto de ella bailándole desnuda. Es que como le dan porquería, imagínate, people say, imagine feces about to disappear from feces form, so that's what he thinks he is. So cualquier mundana le baila y él dice, ¿cómo va a hacer con eso? Pero es porque he has so many death penalties and self-defense. People can kill him in self-defense. De que cualquier mundana que le baila, él es like, wow. Una curiosidad. That's the right word, mundana. Down to that shit. What else? So literally, él se cree que es caga que es about to dissipate. Pero what is mundana in Puerto Rican? In slang, I guess. Oh, mundana is socialite. Pero para él, like, that was the socialite there, right? Hizo con eso se conformó. I'm like, if I was socialite, I could have my mother just like digging to go. Or my dad too. For real. These people are disturbing. They don't get it. They have zero confidence. Ew. They killed Florian inside. They don't understand customs, tradition, personality, and that they can't force their parents to be something that their parents don't want to be. They want to force their parents to raise them in a certain way. Do they sell the Starbucks tuna? Oh, I want. It's not Starbucks, but it looks like tuna in the back. What else? Eh. Oh, is he Love Shack Fancy? That was a gap. Did I already ask that? Possibly. Porque el mamá pena ilegalmente que hasta bacteria coge, people saying. Para make shit like that happening. Like, look at that, I moved in, or La Viola, or they're like, no, that boy, please don't mention us here. What else? El tipo es un puerco, una asquerosidad. I'm shooting Berlin Jean in self-defense Sunday. Anyways, their orta, is it on this side or this one? Then? I don't want to Google it. I don't want to go past that unless I have to. What else? Oh, that makes them stop masturbating to the thought of one. It's like they have friends possibly that say, don't do that. She's not in love with you. He's a pedophile, murderer, and rapist and thief. And he has you hooked on a woman that is a woman and doesn't like you. Wait until she goes saying that she's gonna take out your aorta so you die in self-defense. You're not gonna want to masturbate to the thought of her. I've heard it all before. I don't need law school. I don't need self care from people. Soy como pobrecita. Pobrecita is my. And some of you say that's where I draw the line. I don't call them pobrecita. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. What else? I'm bored. So why do I need to know Van's name? Just sending me a Van's name. Is that the size of his dick word? And did he hear that? Yeah, it's not Van. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, it's so much fun too to not be like Starbucks only places my name on the cup. Anyways, I'm gonna shop at Target. So why am I bothering that this might pop up just on their screen? Like you receive a message, or it's in their secondary folder. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't want to know anything about him. He doesn't want me alive anyway, so why would I even want to pretend that I want to know about his life or that he would want me to know anything about his life? What else? He tried to kill me already when I was, what, 9 years old, 10 years old, by asking my parents to starve me or stealing my money to date him. What else? What else? What else? What? There's so many leeches that he basically come to me. He's so gross. What else? What else? In the meantime, once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet, meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I don't tolerate starvation. He may be trying to blackmail people, but I won't listen to that. If I start dating someone, make it public, he may be like, but look at what Panchito said in 2016 from a fake account. But then he caused the situation to happen for me to be starving, or Panchito to comment, or Panchito doesn't even have an Instagram account and he faked it. They're that childish. But that's impossible. America's back. Not at the rate that I want it to be, but America's back. America's back. What else? Oh, and they do their tallying. They're like, if everyone behaves and will stop stealing, then America's back. It's not that too. That's why they say America's back. Porque people who shouldn't be stealing from one. So America would have been back over when we would have been named Italy, possible. Not to my liking. Pero in much better shape than it is right now. If there were no theft, if people would understand boundaries, if rape doesn't exist, what else? What else? What else? And maybe Mo cuts her hands off and lets herself bleed to death so that we have a peaceful planet. What's any miny mo? Mira, y eso, gente, qué vergüenza. Eso no sabe hablar. Ew. What else? What else? What else? Mira eso, mini miny mofo. Ew. 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 This planet still full of mini miny mo's. Ew. Oh, I've heard about me in other rooms through other people. It's like there are commander chiefs in there, for instance. Well, throw a missile there. Like this people call me a missile sometimes. It's like, have you heard that missile speak? She's like, well, mini mínimo, mátate si me estás robando mi dinero. What? Ooh, he got her pregnant? Oh, no fucking way. He raped her and got her pregnant? No fucking way. Que gente tan asquerosa. Or it's a regular baby, not a rape baby. Ooh, either way. What else? What else? What else? What else? What did Rage person receive this month? What? Or hers. That's so pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, who is that? That's Bumble and Mumble. So relatable. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? KK tequila. But this is an official. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? KK. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. What else? 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 Porque he's like his girl over gap last year. There's no consistency. Borrow water. On the same day. Not the same amount of water. What else? What else? What else? What else? If the commentarian, oh, that's how they call me too, not just the missile. What else? Peplum tops, really, porque, many people he's raped getting pregnant antes de que le den la pena de muerte para dejar herencia all over. El tipo, un puerco, una basura, lleva violando más de 30 años. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who is this hoe? I don't know who Mickey Madison is. Or maybe I do. That's a cute one. Not relatable because it doesn't match, but it's cute. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, I should be as skinny as Devin Carson. Not entirely true. I like Mofongo. Oh, I miss painting. And that's how he terrorized me decades ago. What else was it? Oh, Desi Perkins. He picked the name for what was it? Some Desi. I've been saying that in my head. So you got a Perkins pregnant to name a child Desi over some dumb comment, or that was a coincidence that I said Desi. I can't remember what it was, or someone else. What else? What else? I could be in bibliothèque today, but I'm not. What else? Very cute, but it's not the architect I'm shooting that we all think we want, and then I see him like I don't want that. Pero he's very handsome. Like as a plus one, looks very pretty. What else? What else? What else? That's cute. What else? 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 Oh, that's hilarious. So cute. For real. What else? What else? Get around downtown with the bus. I need money. What else? What else? So many outings. That's not my vehicle. What was that? It was red Lambo. Possibly. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Does my dad not watch me since I get tired of her being so selfish that not everyone's like, I need a man to buy me that. Like it gets exhausting. This is so pretty. These are so pretty, Miss Himani. That's cute. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, it's so good. Let's start saving that tip. Name my star from this. How cute you guys. What else? Oh, look at that. I think that's how it's done almost. Finally, someone showed people how to do that on the internet. Wow. Oh, that's so pretty. What the fuck is that? Oh, how pretty. Do you just add clear nail polish on it? Yeah. Say that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh my god. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored or I'm too close into the feed, I think. Or I'm just like, what else? It's Monday. Jose Ledesma faking being me or faking being a part of my family when he isn't, just a rapist, murderer, and thief, and telling his mom, so the kids, I watched her and they're just angry. Da un asco, ese tipo, I don't know him, I don't ever want him near me, es una basura. What else? What else? What else? Gloria needs to stop pairing me up with him, and that was meant to be a one night stand if he wanted to be used. So I spend the entire day or evening saying I'm not married to that shit. That's a rapist, murderer, that steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money, trying to kill me because he's in love with one of these. Un puerco, una basura. You can decapitate me, mean sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate David Letterman. You can decapitate Gloria Mirza Acevedo Cordero Shetanor. What else? 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 I'm so bored. Also, this just be startling. Get pregnant and everything, trying to get attention from me. She's like, what do I do with the baby now? Guys, I'm in a group chat. I'm watching her live and she has no interest in fighting with me over this baby. Some of them are that dumb. Some of them are that dumb. What else? What else? What else? See some fun. What is this? And having read a to this person. What else? 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 It's so weird. All of this road was just one direction over and over. Anyways, on scooter. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I purposely missed que te dijo Edgar, las lichas behind the scenes. Acerca de chanchullo, cuchi frito barato. Any news on what he knows about us stealing from you? This is why he keeps saying, just like, go ahead and vent, que I've just been suing them left and right, putting it in their nalgas too constantly. Because some of us don't have self-respect, that's what they say. What else? What else? What else? What else? So, Lord, I'm shopping tonight. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Also, was he trying to get me to kill that cutie Katie Bug? I was doing plantain diet. So this is why I'm very vocal, and my dad and my mom too decades ago, because they're like, cagao goes around like to people making our daughter look like psycho. And some people think that because they have cagao next to their side, that cagao is trustworthy when he isn't. So he trying to kill cutie Katie Bug no matter what this past year? Me like whatever, ya no me sirve para nada. Y Arlene tampoco tiene barriga plana. Yo odio cuando la gente se mete en problemas familiares. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Carol Cristina, whatever her last name is, that possibly sells her daughters. What else? 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 I have no money to pay rent. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, is he dead? Well, I get spam saying, okay, you're catfisher of a husband that never was is finally dead for terrorizing you. He never grew up to be a man, or he's not interested. He doesn't have to go through all this effort to tell me he's not interested. I won't ever want him near me. I've never made the effort. I don't want to ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And you can decapitate that cutie cagey bug girl. She gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money, stays in my homes without my permission. What is it? Or steals my vehicles? Did I already say that? What else? 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 I'm so bored. I would love to read. How do I save this? Then I can read it later, like on a cruise or the embassy suites after taking a nap. Get myself a pedicure myself. Head over to Walgreens. Get all the supplies there. Buy panties. So I don't leave skid marks all over the sheets. But I don't foresee that happening. Look at my clothes clean. else? What else? What else? What else? I can't relate. I can't relate to any of them, but I come from a long line of leeches for the most part. They are so gross that they're trying to give us the measles and they are trying to give. Beware, beware. They're so gross because I don't let them rape me. They're trying to give us the measles. Ew. Whoa. So gross. Oh. It's 2025 and people are talking to behave yet? What? I wanna be right now where I can shake my titties or myself in my private pool. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? I was saying. Anyways, I'm here because I may have to attend the court again to get anything done. It could be done virtually though, possibly. Pero even AT&T sometimes is unreliable in Puerto Rico. Not as good I've heard, pero unreliable. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's a local company I've heard that does. But I don't want it because that's what Leach uses. That steals from me. So I stick to my AT&T. What else? But he's an illegal prostitute, so he depends on that service more than I do. I can go without a few hours of communicating with people, and he can't. What else? 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 Hence why he steals my daughters. He's a sex addict. What else? What else? What else? Anyways. Oh, that's just too many people. So, the what is it? Oh, I purposely missed him killing Gloria News and then saying, well, tú eres la jefa y ella es la reza, la que me lo mama es la reza. And what drugs is he on? Did he go asking people have her wear a gray t-shirt? She needs a gray t-shirt so she remembers that I exist because she confuses me with my brother y le echa toda la culpa a él, pero behind the scenes she's like, Albert, isn't it que más asqueroso todavía? And the way that he speaks, el otro just smiles and then rapes. They're just as disgusting. What else? What else? What else? So I went through leggings. Moment. What else? What else? What else? A while ago on Facebook. And I didn't have anything to say back then. Neither do I have now. And they don't get it. They think that there's going to be a leggings moment. Ew. So annoying. Do they rate those people? Target customers over the leggings and those who find them. It seems like it. What else? What else? What else? I want to say the embassy food. Where was this? Was this my profile picture? Take money. Yeah, by the way, baby gente full. And so is John Marcos. What else? Possibly half of the class of kindergarten where Jaden attended are his victims. Possibly. La maestra y todo. O sea, I've never seen anything like this. I'm like Panchito raping you, my kid being college educated already. And I don't have money to travel that much because what if I was I'm here with Jaden while he's getting his work already covers science until the math hits from Michael and Hobby Lobby, geometry, everything. Quantum physics, zombie. What else? What else? Art. He drew a painting that does have a party today and the artwork. What else? What else? What else? What else? OMG, oh maybe that shot is what I live for. What I live for. That Easter egg mountain. He woke up from a nap, I think. And one that I didn't notice. I was taking her. What is it? Her picture waking her up. Hopefully she's respectful about her behind the scenes. I don't want to know. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't care si me gusta, se lo maman a Carlito, el puerco asqueroso. Y se hacen pasar por mí or around me and my kids. But do I know anything about them ever? Nothing. And do they know everything about me, Sakura? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He threatened me with decades ago. Oh, she asked for my con gordura for the baby showers. Like, you're not gonna kill me, my baby, are you? Like, I don't. What else they do then? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What did I read about Northlands? I didn't remember who they are back then, but now I remember. What else? What else? What else? Odd time. Did I go to the What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I need a home. Oh, some people think that I'm gonna be like, I was a homeowner. I was a homeowner. I have nothing to justify to Carlitos, el barrendero sin escoba que me lo roba todo. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So he threatened me that he could go to the FBI just watching this, that because his dad trafficked Baker into the airport so that he couldn't reach me. And the bases were assigned also based on my interest, like eliminating machismo from Mexico, ideally on the planet. As a humanitarian, civic duty, leggings wearing woman that drinks coffee like this. He said that he would introduce me to leeches that would also be at those spaces around me. So he wants to mock me and say, well, is Coronaria conmigo? love these pictures. What else? What else? What else? Esta María conmigo. ¡Oh! Ese es su bebé también. Tú estabas en el baby shower de mi bebé. Porque quien dijo que ellos dos no son padres de ese bebé. Tú no quisiste un bebé conmigo, so Kristen went around and had a baby. Around the time that you were around, porque nena, it's so hard what they say all the time. Así de puerco y puerca son, so I'm seeking the death penalty. For this leash that steals my money, gets in the way me recibe money que no sabe ser un hombre y es una basura. And all the leeches que se me pegan. They think I would take her and make movies around me and my children and they'll be like, no, no, what else? What else? Not his kids, just 8 years and mine. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, there's that annoying mom in first grade in Clinton, Utah. I had a picture of her kids. I'm like, I know that I wanna be like her mom, like her mom. I was asking for gift cards and I'm very generous. And what did I do? I didn't send her data and gave it to her directly. Like this least steals my money and then I'm gonna have to give her a gift card for the teacher of my child. What else? What else? What else? I don't remember names. Yo no me presto importancia. Ellas se hablan una a la otra como si eso fuera like, oh, so Daddy Yankee concierto y Ali llorando que tiene hambre. They think que yo soy arte protestando. So, ew. What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored, so you can decapitate me, honey. Solo que están a rape me, that's got my money and getting the woman. What else? What else? What else? What else? ¿Qué carajo me tiene que prestar a mí? Si esa es la hija de él o no. To me, Bianca is a rape baby. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I attend a Utah Jazz game. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And it's shopping for dating for mommy about it. It's all $100. Is that a thing? That could be me right now. That could be me. That's confidence right there. What they see, they do. What else? What else? What else? More people. I'm thinking of that penalty for it right here. Some cupcakes for your right babies. All of them except Dana can only rate babies, possibly. And some of them I don't even go on because they talk to the cops. Or like I didn't want him in the bedroom while I was preparing Kura. Y él se invitó. So that when you're around Cora, you think, oh, that's his kid. I'm like, oh, Cora. Dana's classmate. What else? 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 I'm so bored. Not my full portfolio. Anyways, he killed a baby, one of them. Dang it, that's not what I was thinking about this. I'm like, I really want to stitch in a black baby onesie. Anyway, I'm bored. Nothing to do with him. Knowledge and Austin, pero that happens. All of these people could be his victims or people say, Carlito's so weak that I'm gonna be the one raising him. That happens too. Like, who's the psychotic that needs dick? Carlitos. So let's see, Carlitos, aunque sea feito. Porque when you have a reputation like that, that's how you understand. What else? I want to receive money today. I want to receive money today. Did they steal my artwork and dance all around the Impact Guild without my consent? I don't ever want them near me. They faked a date with me and I didn't accept. What else? What else? What else? What else? Dame un asco. What else? What else? You can be probably when having a sort of sense and raising a family money and getting away with some money. You can decapitate terrible too. What else? 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 I'm gonna shop H&M. Anyways, congratulations to Benjamin Sorry Sai. Replace the bottle Tanji Jandali this stop. We didn't know that such thing existed like literalmente. And estoy yo como yo, y estoy como linda. Entonces, que poniendo toda mentira. Fue la tipa una puerca. Son unos puercos. Ew. You can decapitate me, honey. So systems that rape me, that steal my money and get into it, receive money. You can decapitate you, generally, sort of societies que se hace pasar por mí. Ew, ew, ew. Ew. Esos tipos son una basura. What is this? I don't know. It's not in the video. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, they want to say that they killed my mother because I'm following this account. I don't even watch it. But also, maybe funny. Maybe not. Oh no. What am I I have to get a membership to buy that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I miss dating. I miss what else? 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 Oh, I want to watch Netflix. How lovely. But does the task get completed? What the? Drinking my coffee. Instagram no survival. What else? 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 Ugh, Harrison Ford and Kalisa Lockhart and their third wheel that raped me and has been raping for more than 30 years. Is not even that handsome. Is a rapist and a murderer and thief. Gente tan idiota. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I want to shop H&M today. I feel like the model there. Do I want one here? What else? Who is going to. What else? Who is the H&M that has AI models or the regular models? What else? 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 I'm so bored. Anyways, you can decapitate me how many citizens systems that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet me before getting a polyamorous man. Anyways, for polyamorous humans, having to stick to in front of everyone in my family, no emocional, it's just like, or maybe my mamá de Penny was in a marriage proposal. Y se quería mudar conmigo. What else while doing the wrong thing, So, no, 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 no. I'm so bored. I'm bored. Oh, I like this one. So pretty. What else? Anyways, I know relative of which people trying to down. If you must know, I'm your relative. Would you please don't Chan children? If you must know. What else? What else? Oh, porque Katie Leon has cousins, but those people are like coffee on ground to go to. They figure out things very quickly, but my parents would worry. It's like, what if she has family que tú sabes te quieren matar because they think you're the culprit? And I'm like, not really, because no me meto con nadie. Y la bruta es ella. What else? What else? What else? What else? So what may have been what my dad may be gauging with all of this. Like, what amenaza and what is she gonna receive through Instagram from randoms? And there's none because people know everything right away. Just like there's a new Chick-fil-A and Freddy's Burger coming soon. People are like, no, that's not the bad one. The bad one is like, no, 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 está prohibida, no. Esto se le llama la... Ay, ¿cómo es los hombres? La fruta podrida. Ay, esto se le llama la fruta podrida. No la fruta prohibida. That's what they're known for. Porque have you seen how pudrieron a su madre? I don't even know. It steals my money. Or a good Lawrence in disguise. Or random. What else? What else? I haven't kept in touch with anyone in my family because I had to say would be so easy to get in self-defense. And then I didn't want to kill this. Literally, I was at a party maybe around at 19, and I didn't want to be rude to the hostess and kill Junior and the ladies there. What else? So I disassociated myself from my family of origin decades ago. To not take that literally and just slam it from like what is it, like 8 feet tall down to the ground and hit it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Entonces el otro lo que está. What else? What else? And someone I'm so what else? Only to never undermine science. Not to pick and positive feel just like I can. No, it's important to my dad lessons or her love. Speaking of, what was today? What else? So, Cuchifrito Chancho, those kids were only. My kids were bound to have classmates. And I want my kids to meet people and I like testing their social skills and prohibiting them from getting a relationship with leeches. No, but none of them went on to say like Molly and love with Jada Chapman. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I'd also go encourage it. But girl, there was were chanchullos, cuchifritos kids around me for the most part. And he's trying constantly to make it super great with his just for fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? What I may have already said this to people. What else? What else? This is some people saying her God sends her. So that people know that she doesn't have, that she doesn't consider anyone family. So she doesn't go on. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Or by now that could be like life or the job. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, you know, I put my partner for myself. There's no electricity there. Oh, you would think that that doesn't happen to me. I would say they're always at risk, even if it doesn't happen to them. I just thought were my family member never financially stable. If it's starving, it's my obligation to be like, here's a new food for like the rest of your life. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm not gonna reach you. No, I don't know any of them. I stay to myself. Like, that's it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah. Jimmy Gemini. One. They want to tell me still that cases like la misma basura. That Jimmy Gemini. This one. He tied her to my bed de balaustra decades ago porque ella se mudó allí con él, se me perdió exótica, una bruta. Una asquerosidad. Ya él se tomó mi primer café con él. Oh, Yolanda es feliz de la vida, ¿verdad? Esta mujer que se mama todo, ella misma aparece. Y ella nunca toma café. Y estos liches se creen que ella vive llorando cada vez que se toma un café. No, pues, café con tu- Never. I associate coffee with my mother. A ritual. What else? And there's possibly videos down to the what else? They're so dumb. They're hung up on Catholicism and cheating only. Son tan más de su caminar con los... Ew, no sabe que todavía no entiende que no es obligación de estar regalando tampoco que se lo regalen fotos. Todavía, wow, 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 wow. Anyways, my coffee is done. What am I getting at Central Market? What am I getting at Central? What else? When does the bus get there? What else? What else? What else? I've been staying on the same one. Oh, was he planning for a divorce? It's like electricity, but shut up. Yes, Daddy se puede jugar conmigo. They're that dumb. Or that dumb. In the meantime, like, I'm standing in sola. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's a girl. You can decapitate. Déjame un sorry, sorry, so sons that rape me. You can decapitate division that it is also sorry que una cuerna doesn't understand social cues, doesn't respect people's property. Es una basura. You won't be able to make it, maybe 501. If not, 511. So nice. Sure, and I'll be on my phone. I've been trying Leo's, man. Leo's right here. Their review of stock little place not up like driving or like